Amity High School has a reputation of excellence. Anyone who walks through our halls will see trophy cases filled with athletic awards. And if they walk into the gym, they'll see countless banners of championships we've won. Our award-winning theater department puts on Broadway-grade productions each year, and every year the bar is set higher. Amity also has an obvious reputation of academic excellence, and we're lucky to have so many students who are active in helping their community and the world. But there is one thing that Amity lacks: a legitimate green movement. High schools all around the country have been making huge efforts in going green, and Amity, an excellent school otherwise, has been sputtering along, making minimal efforts. And frankly, I find it a little embarrassing. What's one thing that makes Amity such an excellent school?
Well, there are many different programs and courses offered, so there's something for everyone.
The arts department really gets to do something that a lot of students in the school don't get to do: make music and enjoy it, and enjoy each other. We act very much like a family, and I think that's what makes Amity unique.
When you hear Amity High School, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Well, honestly, the first thing I think of is friendship.
So, I talked to a number of people, both students and faculty, about notable aspects of Amity High School. And a lot of people mentioned the theater department and academics, but not one person mentioned a green movement. So now I want to find out why that is. Is it because people just don't know about it? Or is it because we're not doing enough?
Do you believe that Amity is doing enough to go green?
I think we're doing quite well. We've gone on a path to do what we can reasonably and within our resources.
So, Sandy, as president of the Environmental Club, you must have a lot of opinions on Amity's efforts to go green. Do you think we've done enough as a school?
I do not.
I think that the initial start that they have done is good. To say they've done enough, as of right now, I would say no.
Yes, it's yes and no. I think there are lots of steps we've taken that have been positive, but we certainly, I think there is no argument, have a long way to go.
So, if Amity has done quite well in going green, I haven't been able to tell. At the beginning of the year, the Global Warming Club went to great lengths to get a solar panel for the school. And although it won't save tons of energy, the administration could at least put it up on the roof. It would be unfair to say that Amity has made no efforts in going green, but those efforts have been minimal. In my interview with him, I asked Dr. Brady about some of the things that Amity has done to go green. He mentions the replacement of 24 copiers and the school's new recycling program.
These copiers will not use toner, so there will be no toner refuse from these copiers. These copiers all have scanning capability, so teachers can scan documents in, send them to themselves, email, and then out to Moodle, without ever, with using basically one piece of paper. All of them will be networked, so that we'll be reducing the use of our printers. And when you use copier with no toner, obviously, it's a more green technology. All recycled items will be put in one trash container, taken to a sorting plant, and sorted at the plant, which will make it much more user-friendly in terms of we won't need multiple bins. Everything's put in one and sorted at the plant.
This may seem like a good plan, but every day I see recyclables from lunch being moved from recycling bins and mixed in with the regular garbage. The administration has also made progressive changes in energy usage, with compact fluorescent bulbs, motion sensor light switches, and an automatic computer shutdown policy every day at 5 p.m. These are steps in the right direction, yes, but baby steps, especially compared to schools like Ashland High School in Massachusetts or the Calhoun School in New York City. two schools which place tremendous emphasis on going green, and are doing a really great job of doing so. When Ashland High School underwent renovations in 2006, it became one of the nation's greenest schools. The school is equipped with motion sensors to trigger lighting and heating changes, and solar panels are used for electricity. Also, some of the school's heat comes from recycled steam from locker room showers and dishwashing. You might remember that Amity was being renovated in 2006 as well. So, I'm curious, if Ashland went green while it was being renovated, why didn't Amity? Teachers around the country have been going completely paperless by uploading documents to CDs and other electronic devices. For one teacher in Parkland, Florida, this method saved him 200,000 copies. The Calhoun School in New York City has also made a clear commitment to going green. Their green roof provides insulation and a habitat for birds. It is also home to an herb garden used for the school lunch program. The school is also making plans for the future. They plan to install solar panels on their already green roof and are looking into ways to cut energy usage even more.
So after finding out about the Calhoun School's plans for the future, I thought to myself, what are some of Amity's plans for the future? I sat down for a follow-up interview with Dr. Brady and I asked him about some of our plans. And I was really glad to hear that we're planning on replacing 220,000 square feet of roof around 2012 or 2013.
Our Director of Facilities is already looking into roofing materials that will have a solar component to them. And apparently there's a new type of roofing. It's not the solar panels that you see, which we are installing, as you know, and we spoke about last time. But it's actually a membrane, very thin, that absorbs the sun's energy and then uses it for electricity. So that's something we're looking at as we plan to replace that roof, which would be a major project and would be a major step forward in terms of our green efforts.
I definitely think that that's a huge step for the school to take, and I think that it'll do wonders for making Amity greener. But I wanted some other opinions on what more Amity can be doing to go green. So in addition to administrators, I talked with some other members of the Amity community about their opinions on Amity's green future.
Well, I think that we could definitely reduce how much paper we use. We go through thousands of, stacks of paper every day, every week. We make way more copies than we need to. Things could be double-sided when they're not, things like that.
Students actually need to do a better job, I think, of participating and making sure that they, throw trash in trash receptacles and recycle the things that can be recycled.
I think it's up to the students to take it more seriously. They need to really take into consideration the fact that they have a very large impact on our, environment and where we live. So we need to pay attention and put in the effort.
Right now, Amity High School, a school of excellence on so many different levels, is at a crossroads. And we have a difficult decision to make. Every day, new technologies are being developed that, if utilized, could make Amity so much greener. And you already know some of the huge efforts that other schools have put forth to go green. So, we have a difficult choice to make. We can either choose to embrace these new challenges and opportunities, or we can continue with our current green efforts and fall behind of the changing times. We're all talking about making Amity a leader in the future, but enough talking. Let's see it happen.
למטה למעלה מרכבות סתומות הולכות ומתגלגלות כל נעימות עולה ויורד הולך ומשוטט בעולם